Hello everybody, it is me, Jurassic Master, and here today we are going to do a breakdown video on Godzilla Singular Point. Now I know I did another one of these, but this time we're going to be doing a breakdown of who I think is who in this new Godzilla series. I'm going to give my theories out on who is who. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get this started. So, we're going to start the trailer. So we get Godzilla. Y'all know that's Godzilla. Toho. So, who is this? It's pretty obvious who it is. But, who this is, by the looks of the stomach plates, and the horns, and one of the only ones that can fly, it has to be the one, the only, Rodan. Now, it's pretty obvious. If you look at the stomach plates here, they're exactly the same as, like, the other one. So, that's an obvious kind of gimme of, that has to be Rodan. And if you don't think it's Rodan, look at this, and look at this. Like, if that's pretty obvious that that has to be Rodan. If you don't think it's Rodan, I don't know really what else to say. That has to be Rodan. There's different versions of Rodans that have different looks. This is a Rodan. So, if you don't know who this is Jaguar. Now, you can look at the arms and see the shoulder plates. It's not exactly the same looking, but it basically is. It's Jaguar. I mean, if it doesn't look like Jaguar, I don't know what to say. I know this is Jaguar. I don't know how. I would think that he's either going to be helping Godzilla, or he's going to be fighting against Godzilla. Those are my theories on that. What his role is in the play in this. Let's get back to the trailer and to the next kaiju. So, we don't see the face of this one, but I have a theory on this one. But it is not. I think. I'll tell you. So we see this one, and who does this look like? Which kaiju does this look like? When I see this kaiju, I think of Gabra. I mean, look at the horn right here. Look at this horn, and then look at this horn. They're basically the same kind of texture of skin. This has to be Gabra. And if it's not Gabra, I'm going to be really surprised. I mean, look at this. They look exactly the same. Like, you can't look. You look at that thing and you think, that's Gabra. That has to be Gabra. So, if you don't know who this is one of my favorite, absolutely favorite kaijus. This has always been one of my favorite kaijus of all time. This is Anguaris. Oh my gosh, you don't understand how much I've loved this kaiju. This has been one of my favorite kaiju of, like, all time. Like, I always have loved this one. Something about it. Like, Godzilla was cool. I always liked him. But this one, I don't know. Something about it that I just always thought was, like, that's such a cool kaiju, and I love this one so much. Like, it's not even funny. It's, like, one of my favorite kaijus of all time. Like, literally, it's one of the coolest ones. You can see that they're very similar because of the big spikes on the back, the frill helmet, or the bone, like the spike helmet, and the big horn on the nose. I mean, this time it's just a little horn here, but you see the spikes on the back, so you know it's Anguaris. So this one, it's very quick. This one's a very quick one that you just see a glimpse seconds of. And that's the one, I think, that is right here, where you see the tail. This one. I think this is the same. I think that they're the same ones. I think this one, I mean, by the looks of it, by the looks of I want to say whiskers, whatever you want to call them. By the looks of that, I think this is Manda. I mean, both look the same. That one has the tail thing at the end, and this is, I think it's Manda. And the reason why I think it's Manda is you see these right here, and it has to be Manda. That's the only one that I can think of that would look like that. There hasn't been really any other ones that have sort of looked like that. And I think it would make sense if they use Manda here. I mean, if they don't use Manda, I'll be surprised. But I'm pretty sure that this is Manda. Also, here's a close-up on its head. A different version of Manda. I think the first version of Manda. This is the first version of Manda. But, yeah, I just thought I would just give you a close-up of its head. I don't know why. So, I want to leave... We'll talk about this one. I was going to leave it for the last one, but I think I want to talk about it. So, I had the beginning... I didn't know who I had a feeling... I didn't know who I said who I think this was. I may have said it in my last one. My first Godzilla one. I don't know. But who I personally think... Well, I've heard people say that this one is Titanosaur. And I can understand why you would think it would be Titanosaur. I understand, like, the coloring and texture of, like the color of this one. Like, I understand why you would think it would be Titanosaur. Because that's what I sort of thought at first, too. And I was like, oh yeah, I understand that it could be Titanosaur. Because of the colors and how it looks. But then, the only reason I have to disagree that this one has to be Titanosaur is that, look at the spines on this one. This doesn't have... This has different spines. Like, this Titanosaur doesn't have spines. Titanosaur spines look like this. It's a complete difference. It has more of a Godzilla kind of spine looking. And there's Mechagodzilla in the back. But Titanosaur has a sail kind of spines. Yeah, it has more of a sail kind of spines, not a rigid looking like this. Now, there are other Kaijus that have had Godzilla spikes like it. And the one that I think of the most, that comes to mind first, that was really popular, that had Godzilla-like spines, was none other than our good friend, Orga. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Orga doesn't have spines on the back. Orga doesn't look like that. Now, hear me out. So if we look at the spines on this one, you can see it has Godzilla spines. But if you remember Godzilla the movie, or Godzilla 2000, Orga was in that one. And if you remember that there was one scene where it had Orga trying to become a perfect clone of Godzilla. And you see right here, Orga is starting to get Godzilla's spines. Now, I know it's very far-fetched and like, oh, that's very weird, and it could be that the other one could be just a young version of Godzilla. But I think it could be Orga, because look, if you can see here, Orga is eating Godzilla in Godzilla 2000, and starting to become like a perfect clone of Godzilla. Orga started to grow spines like Godzilla. And if we look at the picture, here, we see it has Godzilla's spines. So, that's pretty suspicious. And if you also look at the hand right here, or if you want to call it a hand, for some odd reason, it always reminds me of Orga's. Now, take a moment and look at this hand, and then look at how Orga's hands are. It's sort of got that opposable sort of thumb looking. I know it sort of like has the two fingers and the hook, but right here, it sort of looks like it has a thumb. Not very many Kaijus that have thumbs, or opposable thumbs that look like that. So that's what I think that Kaiju is. I think that Kaiju has to be Orga. And I understand if you say, that's really far-fetched, I don't believe you. That's just my theory. If you think it's something else, go down to the comments and tell me what you think. because I will understand, and I want to hear your side of the story and saying, no, it's actually this. So let's continue with the trailer. So I have a theory, not on the flock of Rodans. I have a theory of what is causing this red smog. And we see a lot of it right at the beginning of the trailer, right here. And we see a lot of it at the end of the trailer, where we see a Godzilla. So I'm wondering, and I was watching some Godzilla, like just Godzilla videos, and then I was reminded, I'm like, oh wait, I remember. There is a kaiju that causes trash, or causes toxic pollution. And I thought, well, there's only one kaiju who does that. And that kaiju is Hedorah. Now, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I'm pretty sure Hedorah is the cause of the toxic smoke. Now, hear me out. I know you're probably thinking, we haven't seen Hedorah really puff out smoke in its perfect form. We haven't seen it puff out smoke in its perfect form unless you're talking about the one from Godzilla 2004. Here's one example of it shooting out a toxic smog from Godzilla 2004. But just one tube like that is not going to cause a whole city to go up in smoke. It would need to be able to fly and spread it out over more areas, but we haven't seen him do that, right? Oh, my friend, we have seen Hedorah fly over a city and cause pollution. Now, if you don't remember, in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, there was a part where this flying Hedorah was flying over a part of the city and was shooting out this toxic smog, or smoke, whatever you want to call it, and it killed everybody. Literally killed them to the bone. If you watch that one scene, you will literally see it has it flying, and then it pans down to the people, and it's like them decomposing to literally the bone. It's probably one of the darkest scenes in it, like just in Godzilla. Yeah, so that's what I think is causing the smog. If you think it's something else, please let me know what you think it is. And that is every single kaiju in this trailer that I've seen besides Godzilla, because we all know that's Godzilla. If you don't think that's Godzilla, something's wrong with you. I don't know what's wrong with you, because that has to be Godzilla. So, those are all the things those are all the kaijus that I could find that I could make a reference to from the older Godzilla movies. I don't have anything else to say, except thank you so much, guys, for watching all of my videos. It really means a lot to me. With the Gregory one, I think she's found us, the one that I posted like a couple days ago. Holy cow, like 87 views? Are you kidding me? What? When did my channel become like an 87 kind of view channel? It was like 6 or 7 here or there, and that one Camp Cretaceous video that got like basically 200 views. We're at like 195 right now. I don't know if it's gotten more or if it's just stayed the same, but holy cow, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for watching these videos. I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to make it a long, drawn out at the end like I did at the beginning when I used to started to do these breakdown videos. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Please give me, if you want me to do breakdowns on other stuff, leave it down in the comments down below. I try to read every comment. Thank you, y'all, so much for watching. And remember, if you don't have your alligator, if you don't have an alligator with the X-Men, like an X-Men alligator, like you don't have a friend who has an X-Men alligator, you're crazy. Like, who doesn't want to have a friend who has an X-Men alligator? Like, they're in the X-Men, an X-Men alligator. That's going to be the craziest thing. I don't know what I'm saying. Thank you all so much for watching.